Tonight, a violent shift is underway right now in the way people shop. In the last half dozen years or so, the number of us shopping online has tripled, and that has shopping malls around the country and here in Connecticut trying to figure out how to survive. Experts say the key is to make those big places about a lot more than just shopping. This has been happening all over the country this year. Shopping malls dying. And the outlook for a lot of the surviving malls is grim. Just since the start of this year, 1,500 retail store closings have been announced. A lot of them mall staples. 1,000 Payless stores will close this year, 250 The Limited, 138 JCPenney stores, 110 American Apparel stores, 68 Macy's, and 42 Sears will all close within months, if not weeks. And there are predictions that more than 30% of the 1,000 or so malls remaining in this country could be on death's door. A few decades ago, before anyone heard of the internet or Amazon.com, malls like the old Chapel Square Mall in New Haven were not just the place to shop, but to meet up and make memories.
For the most part, there's people all over the place. It's unbelievable.
What advice would you give to somebody who's just now starting?
Forget it. You should have started at least 3 or 4 months ago.
Basically, I know what I'm here for, and I go right there and get it and avoid shopping around.
The old Chapel Square Mall here in New Haven has been gone for 20 years now. It stands right there with some apartments and street-level shops. But a lot of people here in New Haven still have fond memories of this old mall, and those fond memories are providing a roadmap for survival for the malls of today.
The ice cream shop downstairs and big aisles, burgers. Oh yeah, we used to do it big up in there now.
I remember throwing coins in the fountain downstairs.
The potpourri, the purple banana, Zum Zum, everything. It was great.
Where do you shop now?
Online.
The man with the giant scissors is the general manager of the Connecticut Post Mall in Milford, Dan Kiley. Last week, his mall opened up the biggest Tesla electric car charging station in the Northeast. Kiley says the only way to battle Amazon and the other big online retailers is to give people something online shopping cannot give them.
Our goal is to recapture that kind of enthusiasm and passion that people had for the mall and kind of harken back to the days where the mall was the place you went and met your friends, socialized, and did more than just shop.
The same kinds of things people told us they loved and remember about the old Chapel Square Mall. Do you miss it?
A lot.
To recapture that love, malls across the country are shifting, changing their focus from just shopping to experiences you cannot get online.
Some of the malls that have lost their anchors have filled them in with areas that would provide experience. Everything from laser tag to trampolines to gyms to health clinics.
And that could be just what the Connecticut Post Mall is facing. Anchor store JCPenney is closing there. The final sales are on now. It will be gone in weeks. For a lot of malls around the country, losing an anchor store has been the final nail in the coffin. But the Post Mall says they are already in talks to fill that space. It might be another store or maybe something else.
We have unlimited opportunities to try something different and a new approach to the mall. And it could be going back with another department store, but it could be something completely different.
Post Mall says it should have an announcement about who or what will fill that JCPenney space in the coming weeks, and they say look for more non-shopping options to be cropping up in that mall soon.